Hello, friends. Welcome to Akul Mac Live. And you know that we are a specialized channel which help SMEs to talk about their offerings, their books, their courses, etc. So, if you want to basically promote your books, your courses, and also talk about your offerings, basically reach out to people. You have reached to the right channel, and you can actually use this. The link which is given just below, and there are many options available to engage with us, so use this link to subscribe to our services. And moving on, we have a very distinguished guest in our show today. His name is Naveen Toshniwal, and he is a grapho analysis expert. So let's welcome him. Without further ado, let's find out what he has to share with us today.
Hello everyone, I hope all is well, enjoying the cold.
Yes, I think we are thoroughly enjoying the cold, and in fact, there is no sun in the sky. It's almost too dark and gloomy. But then we are looking towards you, how you can make it make the environment vibrant today with your what you want to share with us.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, even I'm looking forward to it.
So, friends, in fact, Naveen has been telling us for past few weeks about the importance of graphotherapy, and which can be derived from grapho analysis. So, first, grapho analysis, the way you write, and some corrections can be made by changing the way you basically write things, and that will actually impact your character. So today Naveen is going to demonstrate how that is done, and Naveen is going to read out a sample handwritten document, will tell you exactly what are the drawbacks that he found today, and subsequently we will discuss further. So over to you, Naveen.
Yeah, that's right. Not only the drawbacks, but even the positive traits, because a person is always a combination of both positive and negative traits. Purpose of analysis is to first understand the person in details, both positive and negative traits, then go in for a suitable therapy so that you can use your positive traits in a much better way and get over your negative traits. So it is a overall improvement in your personality or character.
So Naveen, I'm going to showcase one of the sample handwriting, and you can then go ahead and read out and talk to the viewers about the qualities and drawbacks both from this handwriting.
Okay, so let us first start with this analysis. Uh, Now, if you see in the second line, okay, let us take the first line. There is a first word approaching. The G loop, you can see the lower loop, it is a complete loop over there. And just two words after that, DAYS, days, there also the Y loop is complete. Now, if you look at the second line, first word, GREAT, great, in that the loop is incomplete. The loop is just going halfway through. It is not making a complete loop. Now, a complete loop indicates a person who is creative and has a good imagination. A half loop indicates a person who is creative but not using creativity to the full extent. Lot of the potential or creativity is still untapped. A person with untapped potential or not utilizing the creativity to full extent will have half loops like the one appearing in the second line. So this is one of the traits which is analyzed through the lower loops. Now you go to the third line also, GAINAD, there's a word gained. There the Y loop, G loop is complete. And just three words after that, years, again the Y loop is incomplete. So this person is very creative, but not using the creativity to full extent. Now, let us see another stroke of this. Uh, in the second line, you see the word mystic, MYSTIC. You will see that the M, small m, is having a inverted V type of shape. This inverted V type of appearance in the small m indicates a person who has curiosity for learning, a person who wants to learn new things, and understand the things by going into details. So this person has a curiosity for learning. Now, if you see two lines below that, there is a word masterpiece. Now, here you see the M's are appearing with a rounded top. It is not an inverted V over here. It is rounded at the top, the way we were taught to write in our school days. So here you will see that this rounded tops, this indicate people who are slow thinkers. Now, there is nothing negative in being a slow thinker. Slow thinker just indicates that you need time to understand something. You are not a person who will grasp or understand something instantly. You will require to go into details, study and restudy something, then you will be able to understand the subject very thoroughly. So this rounded tops indicate that the person is having a habit of going into details and takes time to understand before coming to any conclusion. Okay, now let us come back to the first line again. There is a word the, the. There, make a note of the the T bar which is going from the left to right. This indicates a person who is ambitious because the T bar is cutting towards the top of the line. Any T bar cutting towards the top of the line indicates person who is ambitious. Now let us go to the second line. There is again we take the first word great. In the word great, again you see the T bar which is going towards the right. It is not cutting the T stem fully, it is slightly going towards the right. A T bar going towards the right indicates person who has some short temper or irritability, strokes of irritability. Okay, now let us go to the first line, first word spiritual. Here again, let us focus on the small t. The T bar, you note very carefully, it is cutting towards the lower side. It is in fact touching the small letter U in the same line. See, now a low T bar indicates person who lacks confidence in own abilities or has self-doubt. It is not that the person is not capable, not like that. A person may be very capable, but doubts his or her own abilities. The person has a doubt whether they will be able to accomplish a job, or whether I should do it, or whether I should leave it. This sort of confusing thoughts come into picture. So here the T bar is indicating three things, as I have told you. The first T bar, which I indicated in the first line, is a person who is ambitious. Second line, the T bar going to the right, indicating a person having some short temper, and a T bar going low, indicating a person who is lacking confidence in own abilities. Okay, so this is how we have done some of the analysis. Now I will tell you a couple of more things in this. Let us take the fourth line, and there is the word the, the spiritual masterpiece known as the. In this word the, just note that the letter T is starting with the initial stroke going from bottom to top. This initial stroke is like a tail, it's like a tail in the beginning of the word. This sort of initial stroke indicates a person who has resentment or some grudges, carrying some grudges from the past. Now remember, this resentment is not a good stroke, because what is the use of brooding over the past and getting affected by something which is already over or finished? Now, if you come to the two lines below that, against the backdrop, again in the word the, here again you will see that initial tail coming in the word the, the. This again indicates person having resentment. And okay, now let us see another word. Uh, there is a line, new generation of spiritual. In this word spiritual, note very carefully the I dot. The first I dot is a perfect round I dot, SPRI. In that first I, you will see a perfectly round I dot. This indicates a person who is loyal. It can be loyalty towards anything. It can be loyalty towards friends, family, or your work. It can be loyalty towards anything. So, is it okay, Chandrakanji, or should I tell some more strokes on this?
I think what I have seen so far is amazing because by spending just 2 minutes on the document, you are able to find out what this person is all about in terms of certain good attributes and certain negative attributes. So, what is the advice you will give to such a person who has this kind of handwriting and his attributes are mixed bag? So, what is the kind of advice you will give him?
Right. See, that this is the most important aspect. Doing the analysis simply tells you about the person, and the person already knows about himself. Just that the realization increases, and people can really think, yes, these traits I have, these are the positive traits I have. Probably I'm not using it fully, or the negative traits which maybe the person already knows, but not able to understand how to get over it. So now the important part is the therapy. Now in this handwriting, what we have seen is that the person is ambitious but lacking confidence in own abilities. So in this case, the therapy which I would be suggesting to this person is to make the T bar by cutting it towards the top of the stem, like it is there in the first line, so that you are able to define your long-term goals and get over self-doubt. And also the T bar should not be going to the right, because any T bar going to the right indicates short temper. So if the person wants to get over short temper, the T bar should be cutting towards the top and should be cutting it fully. It should not be going to the right. So this is one therapy I would be giving to this person, to make the T bars towards the top, and it should be cutting and not going to the right. Now, the second therapy I would probably give to the person is completing the lower loops fully. Now, as I told you that some G loops or Y loops are complete, but some are going halfway through. So I will simply tell the person to complete the loops fully, so that the creativity which is not being utilized to the full extent will be utilized fully by the person in due course of time. And another most important therapy that I would give to the person is to avoid the initial stroke, which is going from bottom to top. Like as I told you, in the initial word starting in the letter there is a tail-like stroke which is going from bottom to top. This resentment stroke is not a good stroke. So I would tell the person to avoid this stroke going from bottom to top, so that this person is able to get over the resentment. So these are probably the therapies I would give to this person. And as we have discussed earlier also, the therapy is very simple. I will give a particular line to write and repeat it for a duration of about 3 weeks. And if the person practices it only 5 minutes a day, they will be able to experience or feel the change in a short duration of 7 to 10 days. And by the end of 3 weeks, you will be able to see a very major change in your personality.
Well, I think you are asking this person to make changes to the way he writes T, the way he writes G, and a few other, the way he cuts the alphabet T, etc. So, with these
Right.
minor changes, we will actually come back on this discussion with the new handwriting and what are the changes the person has experienced in the next program. So I think it is amazing to see that, by just spending 10 minutes, you can actually suggest a person, how you can correct some of these attributes which may be dragging you down. You never know, isn't it, Naveen ji?
Yeah, that's right. Sometimes we don't realize that we are not utilizing our hidden talents or brooding over something, presenting something which is all over and it may be years old and it is just taking us back in time. So in fact, next week we will review the same person's handwriting after the therapy was done and after the person felt the desired changes. So we will discuss and see the strokes, how they have changed in just 3 weeks of practice.
Excellent. So I look forward to the next week's session, Naveen ji, and it was such a wonderful talking to you today. As usual, it is our personal pleasure. And today we also demonstrated how the character of the person can be analyzed by just looking at the handwriting. So it was a great experience, and we will catch up next week, Naveen ji.
Yeah, thank you so much. Pleasure.
So, friends, did you enjoy the conversation today? And did you realize how easy it is to correct your attributes, some of these attributes which are related to leadership, your creativity, etc.? So, if you want to engage with Naveen, you can actually subscribe to the services. To you can visit this particular link which is mentioned down here below here, and you can actually engage with Naveen. You can subscribe for his 3 weeks therapy course. So as usual, I like to say goodbye for today. Just in case if you have any message, any comments, do share your comments to engage with us. And as you know that we respond to each and every comment from you. I'd like to say goodbye today, only to catch you in the next one.